Quantum Foundation is looking to enhance and create awareness about the spiritual scientific temperament. It means a few things. We are energy at our core, so we are interconnected. We have unlimited potential. My thoughts create my outer reality. So you have the key with you. And so become impeccable with your thought and then work through it.
So you start your day with meditation. If you've experienced some peace and calmness and joy, you feel like you're full inside.
My decision making has become strong. What needs to be done will be done through our intuitions will become strong. This is what I've been experiencing.
When meditation came into my life, initially, everything changed. My perspectives. There is a lot of awareness, what I see in myself. And if I see now, it's a rebirth, I can say.
I am also mindful and conscious throughout the entire day. Instead of blabbering out everything, I just be mindful.
With consciousness, I developed what should I talk, what I should not talk. If other person is angry, I am peaceful, automatically that person goes away.
So the way I am reacting to or responding to a situation, the way I'm communicating to the people, this all changes is for my better only.
For me, meditation is like a wonderful gift given by the universe. The life before and life after meditation is completely different for me. So
if you want something done in life, if presence is the answer to everything, you want any solutions to issues that you're facing, because we have challenges every day, right? But then these challenges are not a big deal, to be honest. I mean, the most important thing is that you can change your thoughts.
Buddha CEO, going through these meditation sessions, I now realize that sometimes you have to take these spectacles, which is having the old prescription, throw it away, and then get a new pair of glasses with new prescription and see the world in an open view.
The aim of the organization, I thought, oh, so this is the right place. Let me do it, because I think that's how I can start my journey, because I've already started on 17th of March with Buddha CEO. But I really look forward to continue for long now, for life.
My health has been improved a lot. And at this age of 60, I'm able to do several things. I have joined for a master's program in psychology.
My vision in future also is to spread this meditation to as many people as possible. So that's why I continue doing meditation myself.
Through meditation, of course, we get more consciousness about us. Our vibrations are being raised every day. We are getting more knowledge all the time because...
So it has been a beautiful journey, but this platform giving all of us a chance to be with people who are not judging.
I've gotten a lot more confident in my ways, and like a lot of my friends can tell too. I like to go into any sort of tests or exams that I have with the confidence that I'm going to get 100 or 90, and it does end up working a lot of the time. When I'm more confident, I do better.
Everybody is a good soul, but it's just that the people, that negativity, you don't attract those. And even if they come, they tend to go away. The meditation kind of I say that it's like a kavach.
You're on mute. No? Is it my issue?
I can't hear, sir. I can't hear Sonal. I cannot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Can't hear you now. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Good afternoon and evening. Our fifth body is all that is. We take care of our physical body, our mind body, rectify the mind, intellect body, enhance it to determine between right and wrong constantly so that you know what is right for us at any given time. With meditation, we are experiencing our soul body and the consciousness of ourselves, that observer in us. We are enhancing its capabilities. We are with it. We experience it as something whole and nice, blissful, joyful. But the fifth body, which is all of us, everything that encompasses, everything that's out there. As much as we are the other four, we are these two. And so we take care of it, which is what we're calling and terming developing the service mindset. You service, the word service, when you're helping somebody external to you. If everything is us, then without any even doubt, it must come to our attention that it has to be a natural activity for me because I'm simply taking care of me. And I use the word natural activity. That means it happens. It's not something outside that you feel that you have to go and then do with an intellectual understanding. As a meditation, of course, is developing the service attitude significantly. We'll talk through some of these aspects post-session today. Let's go to the meditation, dear friends. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. We're practicing breath mindfulness meditation, observing our natural breath with our eyes closed, as you see in the picture. Sitting comfortably in a relaxed posture, crossing your feet, fingers into fingers in your hands rested comfortably in your lap. Closing your eyes, remove spectacles, observe the breath. When thoughts come, go back to observing the breath again. Called breath mindfulness meditation. And before we do that, we go into, for a few minutes, this heart elevation process. Follow my guidance for this, dear friends. Relax yourself. Relax your body. Dear friend, Dear Master, with your specs removed, closing your eyes and with your attention on your loving heart center, with your hands over your chest area, connect with your heart. A slow, relaxing breath, making you feel and connect with the beat, the rhythm of your heart. Noticing that energy in your heart center. As you are fully with it. With that slow, relaxing breath, feel your beautiful heart, dear friends. Connect with it, the center of all emotions. Bring up an experience from your past or from the vision of your future. An experience of heightened emotions of love, compassion, gratitude, kindness. Relive that moment, elevating yourself with that energy of love, of compassion, of that higher emotion. The more you feel that emotion, that energy, the more coherent you become. In your body and mind, in your heart and brain, the more coherent you are. In your body, the more coherent you become with the feel. Coherence is a basis for creation, for experience. And yourself to spread that energy onto everyone and everything, this planet. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Feel. slowly. Let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath with your eyes closed. When you observe your breath, your mind is becoming empty. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that calmness. As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience that greater emptiness, the field of consciousness. That's energy. Allow yourself to lose into this emptiness of that nothingness. Of no body, of no one. merging to the emptiness of yourself. Your divine self. Create a field of intelligence. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, this energy, the more divine you become, the more whole you become. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everyone. Gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, family, friends, colleagues. Be grateful for this grand nature, the birth, the fish and the animal, to everything you use, the technology, the system, the company, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. Then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. Yesterday I came into meditation and then understood the importance of it sometime in 2003. End of 2002, I had this great feeling that you are empowered fully with this wonder called meditation. I had that feeling because things are, you feel free. You're feeling free, you're empowered. People are nice, or at least they're no longer, and you're no longer feeling bad about situations. So the first thing I did was to commit myself to doing surveys with a goal that I will spend good amount of time with masters like Sonalji, who are there, who learn practice, who practice meditation, who have experiences, who are living, seem to be living a better life. They said, let me also get that benefit. But something more, something deeper than the while, that's my logical mind, is how I was thinking that time. But then, however, just thinking is not sufficient. And I only later realized that something deep inside is changed, which is saying, it doesn't matter how busy you are, go and give it. Give this thing that you're experiencing to someone else. And now I know that just having that thought is not sufficient unless that feeling associated with the thought also comes strongly, and that comes from somewhere else. That the fundamental connection that you're experiencing deep inside, which is the soul nature. The soul nature is to see that everything around us also wants to experience the same that we are experiencing. That's our natural state. Because our natural state is equal to the state of connection, that we are that, and so the connection is there, which we don't know. The connection to everything is there. In that field, we're all one. And so that implicit, that inner connection is there. And so then what you feel in one part has to go to the other part of you. Did not know. But then logically, I thought, okay, let me go and then help, and so that in return I get something. Good enough. Whatever may be the reason, that is one of the best decisions I did in my life, is to associate myself with Patriji in his projects. Once I was there in that project, not everything is great. But however, there are always opportunities to learn something from the way the masters were carrying themselves in their life. How are they dealing with money? How are they dealing with people, tough situations? How are they utilizing their time? What is their Vakshetra? Everything is a big learning. While as much as I listen from Patri Sir, but then also regularly meeting him, meeting other masters. The learning to me was simply an order of higher in magnitude. The importance of Vakshetra I only learned on regularly meeting Sir, because so many times you don't record stuff. Vakshetra, speaking, impeccable speech. Because with every word that somebody would speak and then not speak right, then you would not tolerate it. You would not tolerate it. In most of his teachings, impeccability of speech and then understanding of no death. There are two things that he emphasized. So the more you are with a master, the more, depending on where his attention is on recognize and understand there's no death, and then be impeccable in the way you speak. And the way you communicate with the world, be impeccable with the speech. And then in your understanding, have that thorough knowledge that there is no death. And so then in whichever way, whether it's soul evolution, whether it's Bhagavad Gita, whether it's this or that, and energy and matter, but understand, go figure. And so then because of these two, then it only happened because I know it's because of interaction with him. And the interaction, there are only two things I'm emphasizing. So I picked those up. As a subject that I go and then look at YouTubes and this and that, and then you will find a topic on crystals, you find a topic on this and that. And then we say, okay, crystals is also important, not necessarily at all different. The master will speak what is most important most often, but that can only be understood in service, in close interaction. In close interaction, service is a great way to interact. It's a great way to develop ourselves. Of course, it leads to a lot of good karma. It leaves a lot of truth karma, and so then karma gets resolved, and so then I can practice and know myself more. There are other aspects are there. Opportunity that I got to dissolve myself came when I started doing the service. That ego self always is saying, I am right, this is the way to do. And then more so if you are very successful, where this thing gets built very naturally. The more success we have, the more I-ness is built in general. And so then here, when you go to service and do service, now everyone who is successful in their own field come here, come together, and then want to do. Reasons may be different, but then so suddenly that you lose your I-ness, that individuality that are there, which is making us feel more separate. And then more separate feeling means that less merging with the whole. And so when you are there, and when I was there in Pyramid Valley service, and we had this divergent group of people with different interests. Some in agriculture, some from businessmen, some not doing anything, some are IT. They all come and they all have different viewpoints. And so then we have fundamentally figured out a way to allow others to express and allow others to be. And then ability to work with others comes. Which means the ego self has to be dropped. Which means our ability to merge with others will come. The more we can merge with others here, the more we can merge with others else, with the whole elsewhere. More mindful we are here, the more meditation we can do. The more concentration we're developing with mindfulness, the more meditation we can do. The less separate we feel, the more one we feel, the more you allow others, the more tolerate others, the more you are able to go into wholeness and oneness in meditation. The more you do that, the more you do here. These are all twined, you know. So the service that I was associating myself with Pyramid Valley helped me, number one, to expand my knowledge. Number two, it automatically helped me to become a better person, to drop that ego self, and then look at life. You know, if there are mentors there around you, and if they are doing and handling a tough situation more easily, it is one thing. You know, when in the beginning of this session today, when Sindhuji said, "You know what? Problems are really not problems." She said it casually. You come to that understanding, fine. But then how do you handle that when there is a problem there? And so then you see that, and then it becomes a lot more learning, because you're learning that with feeling. With the real life situation, there's so much context. The learning with the feeling and the context requires a lot more deeply than simply listening. As I became a better person, nothing happens overnight, but became a better person. Service to the permanent, service to the impermanent. That questions too came. So a lot of times there are a lot of requests used to come. Once I had kind of committed myself to doing meditation service, requests towards supporting, you know, the child relief organization, supporting an organization that gives a lot of free meals and supporting this and that. All of those came. Requests were coming. But I decided to stick to meditation service, because the very thing that empowered me, the reason that I came into meditation, and then the moment in the beginning I understood that it is about you becoming independent on yourself, empowering yourself, that concept was great, and it just frees you up. That I did not see in doing anything else, where you're simply making somebody dependent on you. A child is dependent on the parent. Every time the parent gave how to do the next thing. The parent gave and said, do this way, and then made the decision for the child all the time, rather than making the child think about it. Child gained the strength and capability to do things on his or her own. Instead, you simply gave the solution because you simply are sympathetic. Oh, you poor thing, struggling with the studies, so can't do. So let me go and help on the homework. Oh, walking to the station to this, and then no, I think we just send by a luxurious car and then not give him this and that, and then let me not figure it out. The more we decided for them, oh, not able to decide which dress to buy. Okay, this is better for you, just buy this. Not able to decide which one to eat. No, this curry is better, so just first mix with this and then do this and do this. Everything is you're giving on the platter, and then everything you're making them dependent. Then they would just not be there independently on their own. We know this. And so this understanding came right in the beginning. Serving, are we serving? Are we making people dependent or independent? meditation surveys, in no doubt, is helping people become independent of anything and anyone. First of all, they feel great inside. So the need for validations go away. Second, they're empowered. My thoughts create reality. And so then if I have a solution today for one thing, I have a solution, the same solution is there for another thing tomorrow. So then I'm moving forward in life. I might take a little bit of help from Sonalji or Kiran and getting there. But once I'm there, as I'm able to walk by myself with meditation, then I'm there forever, independently, leading my life. It might take a little longer. It might take a little longer. People come to me these days for a job thinking that I've got a lot of connections. Of course, there are many people are coming together for connections. There are connections formed automatically. But we use the connections not for personal gain. They use the connections for enabling more people to do the same. We don't use the connections for self-gain. But when they come for connections, I can easily, take the resume and pass it on to somebody. Prashant ji, can you look at and see if we can give a job? It's easy. But that's me before. That was my uniqueness then. But my uniqueness here is, and the dharma here is to make them sit down and then learn manifestation science. Give them, go listen to the 3rd week of meditation program where you understand manifestation science. Go to that I program and then practice it significantly. And so it might take 5 months for them to get a job, but then they get a job this time, they get the promotion next time, they know how to raise the funding next time, they know how to grow their business next time, and everything is by themselves. They're not coming back to you and me again. And if you truly want freedom for people, if you truly want to experience what others are experiencing different, then at once we look at and say, where should I be putting my resources to make people dependent on me and make them independent? If the answer is there, then immediately look at what are the things that make them independent. Knowledge, and the tools that help them to practice and apply the knowledge. That's meditation and this right wisdom. That power of subconscious mind book, when somebody is coming and then saying and blaming, and then we give them a hand over a power of subconscious mind book, then make them read. Point a lecture of Joe Dispenza or Patriji about thought power. Patriji's thought power is a beautiful lecture. Sufficient. It makes us think. And so it became very clear to me, no matter what all opportunities came, clear to me that until the time I am here in this body, that I've utilized all my effort, my resources, my knowledge, my time, my money, whatever that I had towards meditation service, nothing else. It's obvious. If I did anything other than that, then I am fundamentally committing a dharma, something that I'm not doing right. What I know, I'm not applying. Dharma and adharma. If I did anything other than that, for a moment I become very sympathetic and then give this to them, rather than making them sit down and understand meditation to practice. Then it's called sattvika guna dosha. I acquire karma. I have to pay for it. There will be a consequence for it. I will pay for it at some point. After knowing and continue to make people dependent, after knowing, continue to see that somebody is the poor thing. We don't see them as souls. We don't see them as the consciousness as you. And so that's when the sympathetic nature comes and says, you're a poor thing. Nobody is poor. Everybody is going through their beautiful design and a plan. Everyone. And somebody is feeling hungry, of course, you give them food, but the same breath, give them meditation, make them make them understand meditation, at least give the knowledge, give them a small book and a pamphlet, and say, practice this. He comes back tomorrow, you notice the pattern. That's when you say, sit down, let's meditate together, and then let's eat together. So, dear friends, what helped me greatly was that just being in service or being in meditation service helped me to be associate myself with these masters. Enormous amount of time with Patrici. And not only that, it made me more and more clear about where I should be spending my time. And which only means that when you're doing, there are three deeds, bad deeds and good deeds and then truth deeds, truth-oriented deeds. That the truth deeds are those that are helping you to learn truth, understand truth, and spread truth. Bad deeds, there are a lot of consequence we accumulate. Good deeds, we are dissolving some karma, but we're still accumulating. Karmically, we're still accumulating. Helping is called Satvika Guna Dosha, is that you help unnecessarily. You help where necessary, but you help a lot of times unnecessarily. Truth deeds which are spreading the truth, which means you're making people understand they are the whole, where there's no karma. Karma only gets accumulated if I continue to have desires. Karma means what? Simply spending, simply having to come back here to experience some more material, physical experience. That's all is good or bad. And all of that drops when you're going towards service of meditation, where your only goal is to know yourself, to merge with the whole. Meditation is making that happen automatically. Then we have an empowering life here. So as a concept. So it helped me to be in the service of truth. And so that means there is no more baggage. The baggage only becomes lesser and lesser and lesser. That means your meditation gets deeper. That means your understanding of the whole becomes simpler. So this is called serving the permanent, serving the impermanent. What are we serving? The impermanent disappears. When somebody is having challenge, they're every day walking 4 miles. And you got money, you go buy them bicycle and give. Versus you help them empowered with the meditation to figure it out the right way. With meditation, then somebody can easily figure out and say if they're blocked and limited, if they're stuck in that place, if it's such a difficulty, then move close to the place automatically. Meditation helps them free from the bondage of the environment. No, my family here, my this, my that, my property, and they get stuck a lot of times and they're moving ourselves to the right place and right environment. So meditation helps them to free them, so they move to the place where they don't have to perhaps walk. Solutions are always there. We just have to free ourselves, and then meditation helps us to free from the bondages, and so then we're able to move into the right place. Serving impermanent means it is temporary. So put our resources towards something, and then somebody did not have education, we sponsor the seat. Now it's impermanent because as soon as they get the degree, then their problems have only multiplied now. So serving the impermanent, it disappears pretty soon. If serving the permanent, it stays. Serving the permanent is to serve the consciousness, helping people get in touch with the consciousness. Serving the impermanent is to serve the body and everything material here. Or they need help for the seat, they need help with walking, they need help with this, help with that, many things. But the problems are not going away at all, and because it's impermanent anyway. So, dear friends, we understand a few of these concepts and say, and that's why Annadana, Vidyadana, Dhyanadana are there. And you come to a predicament conclusion that if I am there in this body, then what should I do as the best? And then you come back and tie it up with the purpose of life session. They said, you express your unique talent in service of others. What is my unique talent? Once upon a time, I was teaching English. To my village people, wherever I went, I was teaching English. Later, when I learned computers, people came to me, I was teaching computers when I went to my village. And then I was motivating them about how good the computers are important. And so I would spend my time with those who can understand the computers and then talk about that computer knowledge because I know, and that's the right thing for me to do. English, there are enough friends that also can teach English. Then when I moved into management in organization, then I started talking about management experience. How many people have that ability to coach others to lead organizations? I was talking about that. Then spend time and say how to code in C language and Pascal language. Those days are gone. Because I know this is more empowering. And so then I was doing it. Then when I came to meditation day, friends, it became very clear. My unique talent and expression is about giving meditation to the management or whatever that is, but they're no longer computers, no longer management. That unique expression is things that you have that others don't have. The moment we start fulfilling, the moment we start giving that, then we are into a purpose. You will know it. You will go into that no time, no space zone automatically. You figure this out. Everything is centered around once you are a meditator, we constantly ask and say, what should I be doing? And the more we practice meditation, the more we spread that fragrance automatically others. But we also need to look at changing, rewiring our brain circuits. I see people come into meditation, they don't want to give up on the sleep. Body is communicating them and say, you don't need sleep, but they're still forcing themselves to sleep. That means not ready to give up on the things that you have understood in the past, even though they don't serve you, not ready to experiment. So is the case with service, I see. The point, dear friends, is that if you didn't follow the dharma of your body and dharma of your soul nature, that what you need to do, and if you don't, then we are accumulating more karmic riyas, then more and more. We are essentially making more intentions in the wasteful way. So we have to come back and then relive and relive and relive more and more. For a beginner, we say meditation service helps you to strengthen your practice. For an intermediate, we say do meditation service if you haven't figured out what exactly I need to do and then not clear. Not clear. Earlier, my health challenges have gone, but again, I come back here because we're not aligned into the purpose. We're not let go of certain old habits which are required to be changed. You're not changing those habits. And so then holding on to them. And so then, of course, then somewhere things are not coherent again. As I come to meditation service, interact with other masters regularly, see what is that thing that's holding me back? What is that belief? What is that cause which I don't do instead I'm doing everything else? We get to know some of those. If an advanced meditator, you don't need to be told anything, and you're going to latching onto the service anyway. Thank you very much, dear friends, for joining and understanding this important concept. One Patriji started, and so then millions are there. What will happen if I change my entire college, 30,000 students, and then some 1,000 staff are there? Will they really take on? How does it matter really? Those are words from those who are weak in mind, disempowered. We empower ourselves. We are consciousness, we start somewhere. And it's like planting a seed, it has to grow. A seed is planted, it will grow. And a baby is born, the baby is grown. As long as you give it attention, the baby is going to grow. It's not going to be stopped. It's a natural law. And so then when we start something, it's got to grow if we give our attention. Simple. Sooner it'll become a big banyan tree, spreading its wings so beautifully, giving so much rest and comfort. So is the case with every effort of our dear friends. We start that way. I'm deeply grateful to Kiranji and Sonalji for all the amazing, wonderful things they're doing at Buddhasi Quantum Foundation. They didn't think that I can't do much. My environment is this, where there is a will, there is a way. So much we can do together. Yes, Sonalji. We have a few minutes. Would like to listen to if anyone want to share their experience. We start from today. All right. And before that, you have some any announcements, please do.
Yes, sir. Greetings, everyone. We have our book club today, the Wednesday book club, and the book is Biology of Belief. And that's going to be facilitated by the first batch is from I think 8:15 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. And it's done by Validevi Prabhu, and the other facilitator is Srinivas Ankar Reddy, sir. And the second batch is in the evening, 8 to 9 p.m., facilitated by Harika Parni, and the other facilitator is Prashad sir. We also have, we're going to be sending you self-assessment 3, which will be our final assessment for all the group members. So please, we humbly request, as a token of your gratitude, please take out time and fill out that assessments. A lot of people use that, the foundation uses that for process refinement. And also we want to know the improvement, what happened from assessment 1, 2 to 3. And we have regional Thrive program starting. And this time we have 40 days for Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, and Kannada. And Hindi and Marathi doing still baby steps in 21 days. So tell all your friends and family and whoever wants to learn more deeper, want to be a volunteer, reach out. It starts, I think, from April 27th to May 17th for 21 days until June 5th for 40 days. So we're looking forward to our 40 days, regional program this time. So please register on the app, forward it to friends. As Sir explained, that, that is the biggest service by introducing and talking, and that's how we all came here. So I'm eternally grateful to whoever, they pretty much did it for 1 year before I actually could do 40 days. So eternally grateful. Thank you, sir. And if anybody has any more other questions, anything you want to share, this is a great opportunity because we would share, your sharings to others. So hopefully you can come out of the cocoon by now and you have the wings to fly. So please come and share your experience, how you felt in this program, what you plan to do after, anything that your heart resonates. So we would love to hear from all of you. If not here, make sure at least you take time to share on our community groups. We would love to hear from each one of you. So thank you with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Shanarji. So anybody, one sharing before we conclude formally.
We do have a question, sir.
Yeah.
It's from Georgia Sacre. Could you explain a little bit more about the relation between the ego and the meditation, please? Maybe in another session if there's no time. I mean, they were just making sure we have time.
Yes. Ego comes out of lack of knowledge, out of ignorance. More than ego, there is ignorance is there, that I have more self-importance than somebody else. When we see somebody else is also consciousness, they also know, they also understand, then our self-importance is there, but we recognize that we must also give importance to others too. Our self-importance is there, but we simply recognize that they're also consciousness, then we know that, okay, I need to give that attention to them. So in a service, when I was there dealing with somebody who's from a farming background, I won't dismiss them just like that. You're an IT person or a city person, I'm always sitting with a group of intellectuals, and then we tend to dismiss. Somebody comes from a rural background, or somebody comes from an uneducated background, somebody comes from an IT person, thinks they're a lot more superior compared to somebody who's probably doing a clerical job. Because we simply see the body, lack of understanding. So understanding is required. to give the same level of attention and importance to the person in front of you. Then, of course, awareness is required. Meditation builds an awareness and understanding that they do have a lot of experience as you. They do have a lot of knowledge as you. Today, they are in front of you, just a farmer, but in past life, they must have been a great scholar. And that understanding is there, then we give the same level of importance to everyone in front, and we are there. And that is sufficient to lower ourselves. I mean, that's sufficient to not feel superior with somebody else, or extra importance to ourselves. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Yes, friends, feel free to raise your hands. I think somebody asked on the chat that do we have daily meditation? So we will have an official announcement for all the programs that we're going to have. But yes, we do have prana. It's every day at 6 a.m. So you can download the Buddha CEO app and you can see my programs, events. So all of the programs, you'll be able to see the future programs and even the existing sessions if you ever want to go back. And then there's different meditations. So yeah, download Buddha CEO app.
So this program will continue in another shape as prana, where our senior teachers, I'm coming on every Sunday, and then many senior teachers, senior mentors are coming and connecting. They meditate together. The meditation duration is longer, to 50 minutes there every day. Of course, you can practice till that extent that you want. And then they're also sharing some concept or the other every day. And so we are together for an hour. The goal of that is to continue regularity and also increase your practice. So it starts as soon as this program ends, which is this coming Saturday. Okay, dear friends. So thank you very much for joining. And tomorrow is Thursday, isn't it? Or Wednesday? Thursday, right? We just have 2 more days left, Sonalji?
Correct. 2 more days.
2 more days. So really tomorrow and day after, we look forward to experiences from people who have been there in this program, senior, junior, or new, or old, it doesn't matter. And we look forward to that. Most of our time is going to be dedicated for listening to everyone's experience and sharing. And also request facilitators to encourage people to share and have them there so that we can listen and then learn a lot in the next 2 days. Thank you so much. See you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kiran, sir. It was wonderful. Thank you, friends. We will all see you tomorrow. Today was our 38th day of gratitude. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
I am bliss. I am, I am. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am bliss. I am, I am. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am
Yes, Kiran.
I am, I am.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your service journey. Why do you do this every day?
So, thank you, dear friends. My name is Kiran Chalavendra. I'm from Albany, New York, and I've been associated with Buddha CEO for 2 years. When the first, I was, introduced into meditation several years ago by Lata Madam, and she was my colleague at work. When she introduced at that point, like I wasn't ready. And I said, like, it's not for me, and I'm too busy for meditation. And I was like literally like, finding an excuse. But there was a situation in my life where I had to go through like, a transformation journey, and meditation helped me to transform inside out. Like, it was helpful in upbringing me, in realizing me, in recognizing me that I am an individual who can withstand and recognize others' emotions, and understand the spiritual quotient, emotional quotient, physical quotient. And it was transforming me as I tried to understand and develop myself inside out. I was able to transform not only me, but the people who were interacting with me. They were able to identify, like, I'm now a transformed person. I'm now able to resonate that positivity in life, when everybody was coming in contact with me. And those you know were not able to identify those who were having the negative energy. They eventually moved away from my journey. And what inspired me is, like, the transformation in myself, to look forward and to give it to the others whatever I've learned. Like, and this team, the community here, uh, gave me a support in not only in my day-to-day work, in my work that I do at my physical workplace, but also the journey towards, like, spirituality as well. And as I learned meditation, and as I started teaching meditation, I became an avid reader of many books, which actually helped me, and as I realized that it is me who is getting more benefited from teaching meditation. It inspired me to learn more, and then be an open person and speak my heart out with respect to any crowd which I'm involved with. That made me so happy, and I was able to ultimately benefit from it on a daily basis. So that's my story on a short note, Chandras.
Hmm. How is it helping being associated with other masters in life challenges, dealing with challenges of life?
So, as challenges, as I've told this 2 days ago as well, challenges, I've started to realize that challenges will always be there in anybody's life. But the way you take the challenges, you take the challenges in such a way, like, they are, you live in the present moment, and then you take the challenge. The response to the challenge need not be immediate. Like, don't need to be like, taking an instantaneous route of, I need to give an answer in 5 seconds immediately to a particular
So
problem that has been thrown.
what do Ratha madam or Sonal madam, because you have access to them, you call them, they do to you because you are in the
Yes.
circuit of service?
Yes. So it's that community that the Buddha CEO facilitators and the Buddha CEO masters who are always available. And if I am stuck in any point, stuck in any question, they always come to help, with respect to not just, my, journey here in meditation, but also in my life journey. If I'm stuck with, a dilemma and how to proceed on a thing, they at least tell me to, sit, meditate, and go find a solution to myself. Also recommend a book, which probably, and one of your teachings, probably from a video, they would recommend, like, go to this day, and you should listen back to this video from Chandra sir. And that's really helps me, that small sparks would actually provide you a critical solution, which will get to the destination. That's what was helpful for me, the community.
Thank you, Kiran. One of the events, I was struggling with a solution because there are a lot of fights in the boardroom. Nobody's agreeing to things. And so this demand built up in my mind, bigger and bigger and bigger, but they're not agreeing. So things are not progressing. This is not happening. That's not happening. And so one conversation, one day driving from city, and I always used to make it a point to go to the best possible way to, if Patriji is coming, to go and then pick him up and then spend time with him to the best possible way. So in a conversation, driving him to Pyramid Valley, and then I just talked about all of this and said, this is all happening, people are not agreeing, and this is all that. Story went on. 10 minutes later, he looked in my eyes and said, this is like a cyclone in your teacup. That's all he said. I thought it's a big problem. He said, cyclone in a teacup. Don't try to exaggerate them, or don't try to think that they're too big and then they will dissolve. Don't give too much attention to things around you. Everything will come to a closure just with giving some time, and then not bring this bigger in your mind. Make it bigger in your mind. I never forget this tip, because every time I feel there's a big problem is there, this is what comes to my mind now. Okay, am I making it a cyclone right there? Okay. And invariably, when you give less attention to it, and then that's exactly what we do with awareness, and then it just seems to dissolve, because then you have this fundamental ability to think about the future. When you drop that rumination, think about the future. The future, it says, okay, I wish that this settles down. Of course, it has to settle down, because the consciousness is saying, I'm waiting to give me that request, and I'm ready to help you. Right? The request before is, oh, this is going bigger and bigger. It's not helping, and people are not coming to agreement. That's the request I'm sending. But the moment you have this insight, then you calm down and then send a different request. So you get that. So thank you. So that's what to me is the biggest benefit when I'm in the community and I have with masters. There's always some tip and help coming in some way or the other. Yes, Nehaji. I feel
Namaste,
like you're
sir.
doing just so many things. I'm so glad that you're putting all these. I know now you are in this whole tremendous amount of service of Buddha CEO. Used to be
Uh,
on the screen. I feel like I'm responsible to put so much work to you there that now you're not less on the screen and more behind. You have to be more on the screen. Tell me what's happening when you listen to all these experiences every day and sorting them out, try to bring something best for people to listen.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I would like to express my heart here today. The very first moment, sir, I met you in Pyramid Valley, sir, I felt some connection at the soul level. And since then, I have had a mentor in my personal life, in professional life, and even in spiritual life. For personal, it's my mother. For professional, another mentor. For spiritual, sir, it's you. So whatever comes through you and the foundation, all masters here is so important to me, because I felt a lot of everybody embraces everyone as they are. And when it comes to coming forward with the videos, when I listen to other masters, new participants, everybody, there is so much learning from everyone, sir, each and everyone. Even when I take Q&As, and when a question comes from somebody else, I find answers there also. So that's the beauty of it. Initially, I was not that much into learning from people, but now that learning question has increased for me, sir, and it has worked really well. I am so much eager to listen to the entire wisdom which is shared here, Q&A, everything. Today, you won this thing, sir, cyclone in the teacup. It is going to stay with me throughout my life, sir. Sir, it is just going to stay with me. Every day you answer something going on in my mind. And I'm so grateful to you, to the foundation, for trusting me and learning from other masters. Like I see Kiranji here, right when I began my journey with Buddha CEO, I always saw him smiling. And then I spoke to Sonal ma'am once. Ma'am, what makes Kiranji always smile? So she said, see, Neha, everybody has their own set of challenges, but we have to overcome that. And she also spoke about forgiveness. So when I'm talking with everybody, there's certain good things always coming forward. I'm in touch with Jayashree ma'am, and I learned from her being composed, calm, and very, very understanding. So I can go on and talk about it, sir. However, considering time, I'll take a pause here. So thank you so much for trusting me, sir. Highly grateful to you.
Thank you. Neha ji is doing all the content work. One of the most demanding work in foundation is to develop this content regularly, right? So it goes through hours and hours and hours of content is produced. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll have to meet some point, I guess. How is Karwar?
So it's beautiful, sir, really beautiful. And I'm sending an invitation to everybody at this platform to please come and visit us, sir. Everyone here.
How's your new home? You moved in or not yet?
Yes, sir, I moved in, sir.
You moved in also. Okay, great. Then we'll plan to come. So
Oh,
the
sir.
invitation to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is it?
Ma'am, it's in Karnataka, around 2 hours from South Goa.
Oh, wow. The ghosts are there next.
Kiran, when you are there, we will go to Karwar. Okay?
Definitely, sir.
In June, you said, right? You're going to be here.
Yes.
So it seems like that's probably what will work out. May, we'll skip and then June we'll go. You give the dates and we'll plan a weekend. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Before I
Very
go to
happy to
US.
hear that, sir.
Okay. All right, friends. So thank you very much. We have some amazing souls constantly helping do this work. Beautiful. We do it not as work, we do it as our second nature. That's really, I think, how it is. So thank you and have a wonderful day.
Yes.
I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am bliss. I am. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am bliss. I am. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am.
Thank you, both of you. Lovely to see. I miss seeing other participants too, but that's what comes with the webinar. So, dear friends, thank you so much for staying with us and see you all tomorrow. Thank you.